Hey everybody, Arthur of Gaming here. I got something new to show off to you today from Wizkids Games. We have the D&D Icons of the Realms, the Mythic Odyssey of Theros. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Magic the Gathering, which is also owned by Wizards, and their rich lore and their worlds that they've had over the, my God, 25 plus years of cards that they put out. So they put out a setting, not a setting, but a set called Theros, and WizKids has made minis for it, and WotC adopted it into a book for Dungeons and Dragons. So little, one of our, I think it's our second book. I think Ravnica was our first one, and Theros is our second one that kind of dip you into a Magic the Gathering world. Minis here are pretty amazing. So if you take a look back here, I mean, there's just some really good stuff back here. Kind of like the Rime of the Frost Maiden, which I have another video here on my YouTube channel. One of the things I really appreciate about this is there's lots of animals. As I said in the other video, I have druids in my games, and they always want to shift into something cool. I mean, we got this massive looking crab here, which I think is pretty great. There's this, there's a lion, which is good. We've got. What was one of the other animals that I got? Oh, we got this goat, which I didn't really have it. I don't think I have another mini that's like a goat or a ram kind of a looking thing. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So they've got some of those great things like that. I'm really appreciating this trend of Wizkids to putting out animals in their sets. I got a brick of Wizkids minis. The boosters are $16.99 a piece. I'm going to show you their product page in a moment, but they come with one large mini and 3 small minis, and some of these large minis are large. I mean, there's like this giant here that's just giant. He's huge. Look at him compared to like the rest of the minis. Here's one of the small. That's an actual regular size Leonin there, ready to attack the giant, and that guy's pretty massive, and he came in a booster. Take him out of the way. You got this big bull-like creature here, which is pretty. This guy looks pretty cool. Not only does it look really cool, but he's kind of translucent, which is pretty neat. It's just got a cool tone. My wife really liked these minis. She liked that a lot of them had sparkle features to them or translucency and that sort of thing. There's a couple guys with spell effects on them. Which they pop out these spell effects, which go all the way around them, which I think was pretty great. I got this little like fire dancer looking kind of girl here with fire around her. So if you like to play like a pyromaniac, maybe you have some options here. They have a Cerberus, which I thought was really cool. I didn't have a two-headed dog kind of mini yet. So there's lots of good features in here for stuff that I wouldn't expect to find. A Catoblepus, for instance, which I've heard of one for many years. I think I've even fought a couple in some D&D at some point, but never saw a mini for it. And the mini just looks really cool. And one of the other things too I really appreciate is, so we have the Leonins. So I have lots of Leonins here. I got like 3 or 4 different Leonins. So you got like these lion cat creatures, which are pretty great, especially if you're playing in that world and you're going to use the Leonins and that sort of thing, because they're in the books. And then they also had a really good Minotaur mini, which he looks great. He's got some colors on him. He's got this big axe, and I just feel like there's not a lot of good Minotaur minis, not pre-painted ones that come showing up, and there he is right there. Not that comes showing up in packs usually. They have some WizKids has some great minis, and I would love to see some more Minotaur minis, because I have a personal love for Minotaurs, and I don't think we see enough representation of like the Minotaur. So here they are. This is them. This is the Mystic Odyssey of Theros. Let's take a look at the product page, which we can show you a couple things on there. So we look at the product page, and here it is. So Mystic Odyssey of Theros just came out, I think, recently. Here's a brick of them. You can look that they have, $16.99 per booster, $127.92 per brick. Which is really good. You get, I mean, if you look at a brick, you get 32 minis, which is quite the quite the amount of minis, and they look great. Pre-painted, they just look amazing. And then along the same line of the Mystic Odyssey of Theros, I mean, we can't have Theros without having, you know, Polukranos, the World Eater. Just slide that big old box on in there. So Polukranos, the World Eater, this really cool. We'll move all these guys over. Boom, boom, boom. Hydra. Now, personally, for me, I didn't have a mini that was a Hydra. I had not had a Hydra mini. I've been trying to find one for years upon years. Could never get my hands on one. I just always seem to miss them somehow. I don't know how I never got one. And it's one of my favorite monsters to throw at people. In fact, it's so good that my players in Riverbreak don't realize they're fighting this guy today. Not actual Polukranos, but I'm using the mini for a Hydra. So here he is. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, he is just massive. He is a great mini. I really can't wait to throw him on a table with some terrain. Show him off. My players will be fighting him today. Although this video is coming out after I play because I don't want them to know. So they will have fought him by the time you see this video. Actually, Magic of Hollywood. Not that I'm in Hollywood, but you know what I'm saying. So this is just a great mini. 5-headed Hydra. He looks amazing. I mean, he's just way cool, and I'm very happy that. Even though I had to wait all this time to get myself a nice Hydra mini, I'm glad I got this one because he's just a monster. He looks great. There's just when he hits the table, it's really going to look cool for my players today. I'm very happy with it. So check those guys out. They are Wizkids games. Let's take a look at the Polukranos. Here we go. Let's scroll down. There he is, right there. So Polukranos, World Eater. He is $59.99. He is big. He's big. He's a big guy. Not as big as the Dragon Mini that I show on one of my videos, but pretty big nonetheless. He looks great. He's going to be amazing when he hits the table. So you can check him out, and he is part of the Mystic Odyssey of Theros set. As you can see, there's some pictures here of various minis, pictures of Polukranos. So lots of cool stuff on their website, Wizkids.com. Great place to go for minis and various things like that. And then then you can take this big bad boy home and you can drop him on the table and scare the crap out of your players because he's pretty imposing looking. So check them out, Wizkids.com, Wizkids Official on Instagram. You can check me out at the Arthur of Gaming on all the socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, which is probably where you are if you're watching this video. So please like and subscribe to my video. Watch some other videos. Lots of stuff about WizKids stuff. I have stuff about Dwarven Forge terrain. I have stuff about Dungeons and Dragons in general, creating characters, etc., etc. I have some other accessories. I have some board game stuff. I'm a big board game guy. I like to show some board game things off. So like, follow, subscribe, write in the comments. Let me know what kinds of things you guys want to see. If there's something out there that you're really looking to check out before you buy it and you want a review of it, let me know. I'll see if I can get my hands on it, put something up. And until then, guys, it's a crazy world out there. Please stay safe.